I think next topic here, Z, is for our buddies, MNW Prospects, MNW Young Guns.
What is your name? What is your fucking name? Who are you?
Topic du jour, which is topic of the day.
Is it?
We're talking Calder Trophy race. Okay, someone didn't pick up the Dumb and Dumber reference. Disappointed in you.
Sorry.
Soup du jour. What's that? It's the soup of the day. Sounds good. I'll have that.
Fuck.
Yeah. All right, we're talking Calder Trophy candidates. They gave us their top 5 and gave some notes here, Z. Before we go through theirs, because I'll kind of bring them up as we talk about each one and say where they're ranked. But for you right now, like, do you have a clear-cut leader in the clubhouse for who you would pick as Calder if the season ended today?
I mean, it depends. So I could go back and forth, just
Jason Robertson.
Miss a little bit of time. What was it? Fucking
J-Rob.
J-Rob. Fucking, that was so weird.
It really,
but I mean,
for a loop.
At this point, just given, and yes, he's missed some time, so he's played less hockey than the other guys, but like Celebrini, what he's doing on that fucking dog shit Sharks team. And when you factor in, like, Will Smith, also a rookie, took a very long time to look like he even belonged in the NHL at this point. Celebrini's like right at a point per game. The goals that he's scoring are outrageous. Like on the power play, he's throwing backdoor tap-ins. Like he's doing a little bit of everything, but like that shot is absolutely absurd. But he already looks like a guy that not only belongs in the NHL, but is a legit impact top of your lineup guy. He is going to be fucking unbelievable in the NHL for years and years to come. Like, he is ridiculous. He gives you, again, like, he doesn't.
My hot
the
take
big reason.
Week,
oh, there you go.
I said he's going to have a better career than Bedard.
Oh, boy.
I know you don't agree. Do you think that that's, like, not is it possible? Because it's obviously possible, but, like, percentage chance you think that he could match or exceed Bedard?
I
forgot you hate math.
Match probably like 50-50. Like Bedard's just gonna put up video game numbers. Like regardless, Celebrini is gonna give you the two-way all-around play. Like you're gonna be able to have
play.
Him on the
he empowers his line mates. Like he's setting guys up. Bedard, like give him the puck and let him rip it. Let him go solo action. Like yes, it's kind of the Gretzky Lemieux debate. Except this is the rare time where I'm gonna lean Gretzky.
Yeah, so like, and the thing with Bedard is, and it's funny because it's Chicago, it's kind of the same. So like, this is like the big argument where it's like Patrick Kane put up video game numbers his entire career in Chicago, and then you ask anyone that looks like the underlying numbers is like, oh, he's fucking terrible, especially defensively, and like basically, and it's like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like this guy's like putting up 3 points per game, don't care, and like. Bedard's just going to do that. I mean, even on this,
plus minus.
But I mean, even on this dog shit Chicago team, like he started off putting up crazy numbers. Even when he's not putting up numbers, the scoring chances he's generating by himself, the amount of times he's already like riding the crossbar off the post, whatever, like. He's going to put up video game numbers in his career. Celebrini is going to give you probably pretty close to, right? Possibly. Actually, he's going to give you like point per game, maybe over point per game numbers, but he's also giving the two-way play. He's like super, like every part of his game is, and this is why he went first overall, obviously. Like it's just NH. Like he is, if you created an NHL player in the lab, the only difference would be he might be like 6'2" versus 6 foot. Like it's like so what he does and the way he approaches the game and his style is just like he fits the NHL now, and he also fits the mold of like an NHL player moving forward. That's going to be at the top of your lineup. So like what Celebrini is doing already is absolutely ridiculous. That's why I still, regardless of the number, like how many games, like I think it's only off by like, I think like what he's played maybe 7 or 8 fewer than Michkov, maybe I don't even know. But I also don't care. Like the fact that he's almost at a point per game, or is he at a point per game now? On that San Jose Sharks team is crazy.
Yeah, and important note, because we're not talking World Juniors for this episode, but did you notice who's not on the Team USA preliminary roster? He's he shares a name with a former rapper, rappist.
Oh God, I always hate. I don't know why. I'm like every time I hear it.
Will Smith is not part of the preliminary roster, which they can change their mind at any point, but like probably not going. But yeah, I figured you and I were going to be on the same page. Celebrini is absolutely my number one right now. And that's not to say like there's 4 other guys on their list that I think are absolutely like warranting being in the same type of discussion. But Celebrini's my number one. The boys at MNW Prospects, MNWYoungGuns, what's your name? They have Macklin Celebrini 5. The 2024 number 1 overall pick looks as advertised when he has been healthy. He's at the time that they sent this to me, because we were going to record on Monday. So there's a couple days off, but we'll go with it. He's at 14 points, 8 goals, 6 assists in 15 games. 12 of 14 points have come at even strength. He's 3rd in points by rookies, and that's with time missed. He drives offense for San Jose and should see stats jump with his 1948 minutes a game. With health, we expect him to jump up and really contend with Michkov for that number 1 spot and maybe even overtake him. It'll be a fun race to watch with so many quality rookies again. We don't really see anyone else contending with the 5 players that they've included on their list at the moment. Z, who is your number 2? And it doesn't have to be off of their list of 5, but I imagine that most of your picks are going to at least exist on this list.
Yeah. I go back and forth between, and I think I'm going to stick. I'll go with Michkov.
Okay.
Especially just watching what he's done since getting scratched. I mean, like, he's incredible. And like, again, the big thing that was making teams nervous outside of the whole Russia thing was the fact that he's a winger that's like 5'9", not crazy foot speed, or actually pretty non-existent foot speed, but like the offensive upside was why he was like looked at before the Russia thing happened as like alongside Bedard. And again, specifically what he's done since he got scratched, like he is a like, but I think he's just under a point per game at this point. And I mean, probably like the big reason, like not just the fact that he's putting up numbers, but like in big spots, like in overtime, tying up games at the end, the 3rd period, like he is
sitting in the
like
press box for a couple games. Only guy on this list that's been health bombed. I don't know.
Yeah.
God bless.
But I think what's he at now? 20 points.
Yeah, when they wrote this,
19 points.
Oh, is that current? Because they sent me on Monday.
Yeah, no. Well, they're playing right now. They're playing Florida. But I mean, he's second on the Flyers in scoring with 19.
That's bad. He should be first.
Well, Konechny's got 30.
Konechny's doing good. Yeah.
But I mean, again, he's just like producing offense in big moments. He just looks like a dynamic winger, and he's scoring. So I put him at number 2. And like at this point, Philly's in that second wild card spot for now. The games played discrepancy in like the East is crazy thanks to that hurricane that like made like Tampa miss games, Carolina miss games. Like the Bruins have played 5 more games than Tampa. Like that's crazy to me. I always hate when there's like more than 2. Like if no point should a team have played more than like 2 games more than any other team.
What if they just didn't make them up?
They're like, nah, fuck it, you're done. Okay. let's just give the other guys a chance. All right, like the Bruins. But yeah, no. Anyways, either way, I'm putting Michkov at 2.
All right.
Again, same thing with the Celebrini. It's like, how are you at a point, almost at a point per game on such a fucking terrible hockey team? It's impressive.
It is, yeah. They had Michkov at 1. Said he's had an incredible start to the season with 19 points, 9 plus 10 in 23 games for the Flyers, which apparently is still current. He has overtime game-winning goals, 3 of them. Wow. He's on pace to break the rookie record of overtime goals set by Gostisbehere with 4 for the team. And he leads all rookies in points. He has 5 multi-point games and looks like the front runner at the moment. He's also their front runner. Okay, who is your number 3? I imagine I know your answer, but I don't know if I know your answer.
No, the next 3 I honestly could go in any order. Like I might wake up
it's
tomorrow
tough.
And like I might like fucking call you first, like, hey, Joe, edit the episode. Isha, cut it. Isha,
for the first time ever, Isha,
for the
edit
first time
request.
Ever. If you reverse, if you cut it, I will. If you don't cut it, I'll kill you. That's what you say. All right, I'll unalive you. Oh no, this is fine. We're not live. We're good.
No, it's gonna still go on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but it's easy to like. It's not like a irreversible mistake, you know.
Sure.
I think.
So I'm sorry. So when we've been live, that's been you holding back and trying to be polished. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good to know.
Good Lord.
All right, who are we going with for 3?
I think I'm gonna go Dustin Wolf.
Okay.
In Calgary, he's probably the only reason that they're a wild card team too at this point. Like after Mantha got hurt, it was like Mantha started off so hot there, looked incredible. Then he gets hurt, obviously, and I mean, like, well, him and what's his face, Rasmus Anderson, I guess. But what he's been doing is crazy, and like such a different goalie. Like he's a 5'10", like light goaltender, which you just don't see a whole lot of anymore in the NHL. Like most of the time, they're just like fucking like Ben Bishop looking motherfuckers. But I mean, at this point, he's played 13 games, or no, I think he played more now. I gotta pull up my new. Oh no, he has played 13. 8.41 with a 2.59 and a 9.18. I think he's among goalies who have had like at least 10 starts. Like he's like top 5 in even strength, save percentage. I mean, he's top 10 in just overall save percentage in the NHL. Like, again, amongst for goalies that have played, I think it's or started at least 10 games, I think. But I mean, he also has 2 assists, by the way, which that rules. I love that. That rocks. Big fan. But
how many goals do you have? Loser.
Not as many as Philip.
Dude, I gotta stop you here because I know you're on the Nooner train with me. I just pulled out a Nooner from like a mix pack that my wife brought with her for a girls' weekend and then had leftovers. And I just pulled one out and took a sip, like unknowingly. I've never had grapefruit before, and it was a little jarring.
I actually like the grapefruits. I don't mind them.
It's not even that I dislike it. I definitely like other ones more, but it's the only one that's got more of that sour tinge to it. And it just like gave a little shock to the system when I was expecting something sweet.
Anytime you unexpectedly get a grapefruit taste, like, whoa, hey, all right. So it's almost like a smelling salt.
I knew it. That's where I was going to go too. It's a tasting salt.
Dude, I think it was a couple weeks ago, or maybe I saw the video a couple weeks ago. I watched Curtis McDermott do the most insane smelling salt pull I've ever seen in my life.
Worse than Revo?
Oh, it was literally like he covered up. Well, not as funny though as Brandon Duhaime fucking taking out his stick and pretended to chop up the smelling salt like it was cocaine. That was outrageous.
I don't recall this.
He was literally like in a stick, and he was.
Can you get me that video?
Yeah, I think I did post it. I feel to find it.
All right,
it's insane.
Right, that's a side thing for you. You need to get me that video before you come here. That's awesome. Whew. Okay.
But either way, long story short, I'm going Dustin Wolf at 3. Especially just given the fact that it's the goaltending position, he's got really good numbers, like overall, not just like for a rookie, but overall in the NHL on a team that shouldn't be where they're at. Like we were shitting on them, possibly being like they might finish last in this division. This team sucks. And he is pretty much the reason. Him and Anderson are probably the reason that like they're in a wild card spot as we speak.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, you hit on a lot of their points, but really just he is their best player right now, like period. And it is like we knew that he was like an interesting guy coming in and one to watch, but we just thought the team was so bad that it was going to hurt him. But if he did well, it thrusts him to the top of the list, right? And so far, pretty much following their list, besides us taking their number 5 Celebrini and plopping them to the front, they had Dustin Wolf at number 2. Now we got to figure out who's your 4 and 5, because I know you have an affection for both the players left on their list, and maybe you've got someone that's not on their list.
I should probably pull their list up again. Okay. Same five.
Okay.
I think Logan Stankoven for me is just gonna beat out the other guy that we'll mention in a second for 4th. The only before, like probably up until a couple of weeks ago, I would have had him higher, but he's just been on the score sheet obviously less as of late. Hasn't scored as much, but he's still got 16 points in 23 games, which like when you look at Dallas's overall numbers, it's foul. I mean, like Jason Robertson's 7th in scoring on that team, or tied for 5th. There's a bunch of guys with 15. But I mean, he's got 16 and 23, and like they're just getting scoring from all over the place. Like Duchesne's been a beast. Sagan, unfortunately, is getting another surgery. He's going to be out long term. That sucks. I hate the fact that he just keeps getting these ridiculous injuries and getting major surgeries, but whatever. But again, like Stankoven, it was pretty surprising how well he immediately fit in the NHL. Like never looked out of place at any point last year. And I mean, we're seeing more growth in his game too with the defensive side. Again, as an undersized guy on a really fucking good Dallas team. That's like underperformed to start the year, obviously. Like I think we probably were expecting a little bit more, but that's what happens when you fucking do the weirdest shit in the offseason, I guess.
They're gonna finish one. They're gonna finish one. We know they are.
They're gonna go on a terrifying heater at some point here. I'm very confident in that, especially if they do the Malkin thing, dude. If they bring in Malkin.
Cam Robinson coming with the heat, saying that there's whispers about Malkin ending up in Dallas. And that'd be so conflicting for me because I already have like a weird complex with Dallas where like I've been riding the Dallas hype train for several years now. I don't like Dallas like as a team, but it's kind of like Tampa was for a long time where like I wasn't a Tampa fan at all, but they had so many guys on the team that I was like a legitimate fan of. Like I love a lot of the players on the Stars. There's plenty of them that I hate and think are pieces of shit, but like there's a lot of guys in this team that I really like. And if they added one of my favorite players of all time to their team, I'd be in a real tough spot. Like I'd kind of loosely be cheering for them. So I kind of hope he doesn't end up there. Although can you imagine 3-year Super League leaving the NHL with one more cup than Sid?
That would be insane.
That would actually kind of rock. That would kind of rock. More on that later, but you're gonna follow their list exactly, except we both put Celebrini to the front of the list instead of 5th. Logan Stankoven, the short king, has been really good, putting up. You already mentioned their points. He could shoot up further if the minutes go up and his power play 1 role stays as is. You were the highest coming into the season too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's got 16 points, and 13 of those are even strength, which is the most among any rookie. 3 of his 4 goals are game winners. So he's, again, the points that he's produced are legit, big time points, big time goals, obviously. And I mean, again, like Dallas has been weird overall. So if he gets more on the power play, again, as we were saying, they're gonna go on a heater eventually here. So he's going to be a big part of that. But I think he's played. I'm trying to pull it up. Oh, yeah, he's got 2 more points this year than he had all of last year in 1 fewer game. So he's obviously making some some nice gains in all areas of the game.
Yeah. So essentially, you hate anyone that plays for the Montreal Canadiens and the BU Terriers. Lane Hutson comes in at number 5 for you.
Yeah, Lane Hutson in 5 of 5. Side note on Montreal, so good to see Patrick Laine back in the lineup. And an absolute that shot is such a joke. Like, I love when he just like, I thought he was gonna go for that one timer, and he was like, nope, I'm gonna let you get set. And when he just lets that wrister go from the parking lot, it is unbelievable the amount of fucking power that he gets behind it. Like, he's incredible. Like, that shot is just such a joke. So, but very happy to see him back in games, and I mean immediate impact. And I think he's going to be probably pretty happy in Montreal, hopefully. So that was just good to see. But like Lane Hutson, 16 assists in 25 games, 0 goals. Love that. That rules. And I mean, he started off looking all right defensively. Lately, the Canadians in general have just been getting caved in, and like he's been on the receiving end of just like some brutal defensive assignments. So I think he's like a -12 maybe. But either way, he's playing big minutes. He's third on their team in scoring. He like the power play, like he is so fun to watch. Just like the mobility, how agile he is, how he can like walk a blue line under pressure, like. That I think his like heart rate slows down when he's got like pressure. Like it's unbelievable how he can just walk around guys and can't.
That's the thing.
He's incredible.
That's the thing that I was really going to call out. Like there's better guys in the league, sure. Like he's not projecting to become Quinn Hughes or Cale Makar, but like I don't think that there's anyone that's got more ice in their veins, and he literally just like gives 0 fucks. There's no concern. He's playing with people on the blue line, and he does not like. There is no worry. And maybe at some point that'll be a problem. Maybe he needs to worry a little bit, but like it looks so calm. It's crazy to me.
And like I don't even want to necessarily use like the -12 against him because again, like third on the team in scoring, but also on a very bad Montreal Canadiens team, he's playing 23 minutes a night. Like
23 minutes a night without being PP1 for a lot of that,
which
right?
is crazy.
That's a lot. Now
he's just such a fun player to watch.
A negative for him, he's on pace for 1 less point than Brock Faber. Brock Faber couldn't win the Calder being like an established veteran defenseman as a rookie.
Yeah, I know.
Lane Hutson doesn't have that defense on his side, so I don't think he's vying for the Calder unless he ups the points a little bit and gets on the PP1.
Yeah, I mean, being a defenseman on the Montreal Canadiens, so it's going to be quite the task to end up as like the Calder winner. So, but I mean, again, like I knew he would just looking at that roster, he was always going to get like a good amount of ice time. He was going to get offensive looks, but the fact that he's got 16 assists and he's playing 23 minutes a night is insane.
Dude, the note from Baki and Pavel is great too. At the very end, they say he is, the -11 when they did it. You said -12 now, but he's on a very bad defensive team in Montreal. Plus, Bedard won it last year with a -44. So that stat is more useless than not.
Had to throw that in there. They couldn't help themselves.
Stick it in, twist. It's perfect.
You know that while they were typing that, they're like, the little smirk on their face. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, everyone, again, as always, reminder to go check out either MNW Prospects or MNWYoungGuns on YouTube, on Facebook and the X/Twitter machine.